Just one mistake in the design of your home can open the door for negative energy, illness, and misfortune to flood into your family's life. There have been many families who had to witness their homes fall apart, their wealth vanish, and illness strike one member after another, right after moving into a brand new house that still smelled like fresh paint. Some people had just cut the ribbon on their new home one day, and by the next day, they were already facing an unexpected accident. Their children suddenly became rebellious, and the couple found themselves trapped in endless conflict with no way out. Strangely, everything had been peaceful before that. It was not until they sought out people who understood Feng Shui that they were shocked to learn the truth. The very design, the layout, or even the placement of the house had unintentionally created a death gate, a doorway that allowed dark energy and misfortune to flow into their home. The scariest part is that almost everyone believes they did everything right until something terrible happens. In today's video, I am going to share with you 7 extremely dangerous Feng Shui taboos. If you do not know about them and accidentally make one of these mistakes while building your house, it could slowly bring your entire family to ruin. Quietly and without any clear explanation, I will point out the most common mistakes that many people make, how to recognize dangerous energy inside your home, and most importantly, how to neutralize it with simple and effective methods so you can restore peace, prosperity, and health to your household. Before we begin, leave a positive comment below, something like, "I am ready to change my destiny," or "My home is always peaceful and full of prosperity." And do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any practical and powerful Feng Shui tips. Now, let us dive into the very first taboo, which is also the one that so many people regret not learning about sooner. And right now, to understand exactly what has been quietly affecting your family's destiny, let us move on to the first major taboo. Number 1. Wrong colors in Feng Shui. If the location is the foundation of a house, then color is the spirit that covers and influences everything inside it. In Feng Shui, color is not just about decoration, it is a form of energy. Each color carries a unique vibrational frequency that directly affects how energy moves through your living space. When you choose the wrong color, energy becomes imbalanced, the harmony between yin and yang is disrupted, and the consequences go far beyond aesthetics. They can affect your health, mental state, and financial well-being. One common mistake that often goes unnoticed is using too many cold or dark tones inside the home. These colors, if not used in moderation, will drain the positive yang energy from your space. The result is a home that feels gloomy, cold, and lifeless. When yin energy dominates, it influences human emotions, making people feel tired, anxious, or emotionally down without any clear reason. The ceiling of a home symbolizes heavenly energy. It represents the strongest form of yang energy. According to Feng Shui, the ceiling should always be brighter than the walls to allow light and sky energy to spread and uplift the space. When the ceiling is dark, even slightly, it creates a feeling of pressure, an invisible weight that affects the minds of those living in the house. The room begins to feel smaller, making it hard to breathe, difficult to focus, and often causes insomnia and stress. Another dangerous mistake people make is using cold tones in areas that need strong yang energy, like the kitchen. If the kitchen is covered in cold, dark, or gray shades, it will unknowingly suppress the fire element. This is the core energy that brings warmth, connection, and prosperity to the family. When fire is weakened, yang energy fades, and the space becomes cold both physically and emotionally. This often leads to emotional distance between family members. To prevent negative energy from spreading, colors must be chosen with understanding and care. They do not need to be bright or flashy, but they must be warm and balanced. Shades like earthy yellow, soft orange, creamy white, deep red, wood brown, or light beige are all excellent choices. These colors help maintain energy, regulate emotions, and create a cozy, stable feeling. They support yang energy without being harsh or chaotic. When choosing colors, focus on 3 main layers: ceiling, walls, and floor. The ceiling should be light and airy, the walls should be neutral, and the flooring should have a grounding, calming tone. This kind of color layout helps balance energy in the home and creates a relaxing, comfortable atmosphere that still feels warm and elegant. Number 2. Inauspicious building location. If we compare a person's life to a river, then the house is the bend that shapes its flow, the place where fortune, blessings, and karma all come together. That is why choosing where to build a house is not just about finding a convenient piece of land. It is about selecting a location that can preserve energy, gather fortune, and support the family's destiny over generations. This is why our ancestors always considered land selection, or what they call dragon vein positioning, as the most critical first step in establishing a stable and prosperous home. But in modern life, with its fast pace and volatile property market, many people only consider the price when buying land. They forget to ask whether the land is truly blessed. Sadly, some plots look great on the surface and come at a good price, but they sit on broken energy lines, or what Feng Shui calls yin ground. These are areas filled with negative energy, lingering spirits, and a dense, heavy atmosphere. Building a home on such land is like planting your family on soil that lacks life force. Within just a few years, your luck may decline, health may deteriorate, mental stability may waver, businesses may struggle, and children may become difficult to manage. One of the most serious taboos in Feng Shui is building near places like temples, shrines, churches, cemeteries, or hospitals. While these places may feel sacred, they are also where yin energy gathers most intensely. Temples and shrines are full of people bringing sorrow, illness, and desperate prayers. Cemeteries and hospitals are even more intense, filled with spiritual chaos and unsettled souls. If you live near such places for a long time, the yang energy in your home will weaken, and residents may feel cold, tired, emotionally heavy, or even develop mental or respiratory illnesses. Children and the elderly are especially sensitive. They can easily be affected by the invisible yin forces. Next are what modern Feng Shui experts call energy clash zones. These include houses located near highways, directly facing the end of a straight road, or positioned near cliffs, hillsides, or large mountains blocking the front. While they may seem harmless, these locations are affected by piercing energy that hits the house directly without anything to soften or block it. Such homes often experience accidents, sudden financial losses, or constant instability because energy flows too fast and uncontrollably, sometimes too strong, sometimes too weak, too hot or too cold. Another common issue in cities is when a house is completely overshadowed by high-rise buildings. Even if there is sunlight, it is only indirect. It may feel cool and quiet, but in Feng Shui, this means the house lacks yang energy. As a result, fortune slows down, chronic health issues can appear, and the family's inner strength gradually fades without clear explanation, especially in homes surrounded by tall buildings. It is like placing a flower vase in a glass box. It looks safe, but it is being cut off from the energy of the sky. So how do you know if a piece of land is good? The ancients said good land backs against a mountain, faces water, is protected on both sides with higher ground in the back, and open space in front. This layout represents full natural support and balanced energy. You can also trust your instincts. If a place makes you feel relaxed, light, and helps you sleep deeply, then the energy is good. If it gives you chills, aches, or restless dreams, reconsider carefully before settling there. Number 3. Harmful house shape and structure. The shape of a house does not just show the owner's taste, it reveals the energy structure within. In Feng Shui, shape is not about beauty, it is about guiding, holding, and nurturing energy. When a house is uneven, distorted, or lacks harmony, it means the energy flow is also disrupted. This can silently drain the family's fortune bit by bit. One of the most dangerous designs is a house with sharp corners, jagged edges, or shapes that resemble weapons like knives, swords, or guns. These shapes create strong negative energy because sharp points tear through the natural flow of energy. Instead of moving smoothly, the energy becomes scattered and chaotic. In homes like this, people are more likely to experience financial losses, be targeted by ill wishes, or face constant ups and downs in their careers. Another problematic shape is the wide front, narrow back layout, where the house is broader in front and tapers off behind. It may look open and inviting, but in Feng Shui it means energy enters but cannot stay, wealth and fortune flow in and then slip away. People living in such houses often find that no matter how well they are doing, their success is short-lived. Extreme differences in height should also be avoided, especially when a house is much taller than all its surroundings. This is what Feng Shui calls lost yang, scattered energy. Such a house becomes an exposed target, vulnerable to outside forces. The energy becomes thin, fragile, and unstable. People who live in houses like this often feel anxious, have trouble sleeping deeply, or feel constantly on edge. Another common but serious issue is houses with unbalanced, asymmetrical structures, like balconies jutting out only on one side, upper floors smaller than the lower ones, or sections of the house noticeably off-center. These irregular shapes block the natural flow of energy. When energy cannot move through the main axis of the house, it causes internal chaos. This leads to frequent arguments, misunderstandings, and emotional tension among family members. Lastly, one critical mistake that often goes unnoticed is a house with a missing rear section or an open back. In Feng Shui, the back of the house is where wealth and blessings are stored. If this part is missing or incomplete, it means your treasure vault is empty. You may work hard, but still feel like good fortune keeps slipping away. That is why traditional wisdom always emphasized the need for a solid, enclosed and well-balanced back section to keep prosperity safe and lasting. Number 4. Incorrect interior layout and room arrangement. The layout inside a house is where energy flows, nurturing every corner of family life. In Feng Shui, it is not about whether a setup looks attractive to the human eye. It is about whether the invisible energy is able to circulate smoothly, whether the space is clean, bright, and has enough yang energy to sustain prosperity and peace. One of the most common mistakes is placing the toilet too close to the kitchen or having the front door directly face the kitchen or bathroom. According to Feng Shui, the kitchen represents fire. It is the heart of the home, the source of warmth and vitality. The toilet, on the other hand, is where waste is expelled and holds heavy, stagnant yin energy. When these two areas are placed too close together or directly opposite one another, the water element from the toilet clashes with the fire element from the kitchen, creating an imbalance of yin and yang. This depletes the home's positive energy, causing residents to feel tired, frequently unwell, and unable to retain wealth. The main entrance is known as the mouth of energy. It is where vital energy from the outside world enters to nourish the home. If the first thing you see after opening the door is a large obstacle, or if the space is poorly divided with a misaligned staircase or a bulky wall, energy flow will be disrupted or pushed back. This blocks the flow of blessings, hinders social interactions, disrupts business opportunities, and makes success harder to grasp. Another serious mistake is placing a bed directly above a kitchen or a bathroom on the lower floor. From an energetic perspective, the bed is where personal energy is stored and where the body restores itself. If it lies above a source of fire or heavy yin energy, the sleeping person's energy field becomes unsettled. Over time, this can lead to insomnia, headaches, emotional disorders, or a constant sense of unease. For elderly people or children, this could even affect neurological health, memory, or physical development without any obvious cause. The living room, the center of social connection, should be open, well lit, and have a broad field of vision. If the room is divided by heavy furniture, unnecessary decorative partitions, or a poorly positioned staircase, energy cannot settle and will disperse into corners. This weakens family bonds, causing emotional distance, misunderstandings, and a cold, disconnected atmosphere. In Feng Shui, interior layout is all about finding harmony between motion and stillness, between growth and rest, between light and shadow. When the most important functional areas are misplaced or energy is overly segmented, the result is a fractured energy field. This leads to constant tension, stress, poor luck, and disharmony among the people living there. Number 5. Misplaced indoor plants. In practical Feng Shui, indoor plants are not simply decorative items meant to brighten up a space. They are living energy carriers, beings that can absorb, regulate, and transmit energy throughout the home. And precisely because they are alive and responsive to energy, choosing the wrong type of plant or placing them in the wrong spot may not invite good fortune into your home. In fact, it could unintentionally open the door for negative energy to slowly seep in day by day. One of the most common mistakes people make is keeping plants that naturally contain toxins, have overly strong fragrances, or feature long pointed leaves like needles. These types of plants carry intense yin energy. While they may appear beautiful or have an attractive scent, they tend to absorb positive yang energy and increase yin energy, thereby throwing the energy balance in your home off. When kept indoors for too long, they can disrupt harmony in the household, increase stress levels, disturb sleep patterns, and make it difficult to regulate emotions, sometimes leading to arguments for no apparent reason. Where you place your plants also matters significantly. It should be chosen carefully and thoughtfully, considering the material of your front door and the direction energy flows in. For example, if your front door is made of metal, associated with the metal element, you should place plants that are soft-stemmed with small round leaves. These help to soften the sharp, cutting energy of metal and moderate the incoming energy stream. On the other hand, if your front door is wooden, representing the wood element, then you should choose strong upright plants with straight pillar-like stems to harmonize with natural energy and support the smooth flow of energy into the home. The living room, which serves as the heart of the house and the main area where human energy gathers and circulates, especially needs careful selection when it comes to plant placement. Many people mistakenly believe that the more plants you have, the greener and more vibrant your home becomes. But Feng Shui teaches the opposite. The simpler and purer, the better. Just one healthy plant or a single vase of flowers is enough, so long as it aligns with your energy type and the appropriate location. Overcrowding the living room with too many plants can clog the flow of energy, create energetic chaos, and increase a sense of stuffiness, clear signs that negative yin energy is expanding. There are also specific types of plants that should absolutely be avoided indoors. These include night-blooming jasmine, oleander, pine trees, and tulips. While they may look lovely, these species either carry high levels of yin energy or contain toxins. Keeping them in your home over an extended period can disrupt the energy field, create a cold or suffocating atmosphere, and even lead to respiratory or nervous system problems or a constant state of fatigue without any clear explanation. Ancient Feng Shui wisdom has always taught that each direction within a home corresponds to one of the 5 elements. If you want energy to move freely and effectively, you must match the plant with the element of that direction. The east, governed by the wood element, is ideal for plants like bamboo or lucky bamboo. These promote growth, energize your career path, and encourage long-term vitality. The south, representing fire, works best with plants that have bright red or vivid colors. These are symbolic of fame, ambition, and forward momentum. The west, which aligns with the metal element, calls for plants like the money tree or peace lily. These plants help stabilize energy flow, attract wealth, and improve clarity in decision-making. The north, associated with the water element, is suited for plants like pothos, which have moisture-balancing properties. These plants help cool the environment, soothe emotions, and bring calm and clear thinking. The center of the house represents the earth element. Here, it is best to place strong, upright plants, such as the snake plant. This plant emits stable, grounding energy and helps the household stay steady and protected from external disruptions. By thoughtfully selecting and positioning plants based on their energy characteristics and their elemental alignment with the space they occupy, you can transform indoor greenery from mere decoration into a powerful tool that nourishes harmony, prosperity, and vitality in your home. Number 6. Stagnant energy flow. Some homes may look clean, modern, and well decorated on the outside, but inside they feel cold and strangely lifeless. The issue is not a lack of amenities or bad design. It is that the home has fallen into an energy-depleted state where energy flow has become sluggish and blocked. When the circulation of air and energy is disrupted, life force becomes trapped, clinging to walls, ceilings, and dark corners that no one notices. These signs are not loud or dramatic, but very noticeable if you pay attention. For example, you may wake up feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep. You might feel unmotivated the moment you step through the door, or experience unexplainable irritability and emotional heaviness. In Feng Shui, these are signs of energy stagnation. Your home is no longer vibrant, no longer full of life. The causes can vary: dim lighting, heavy curtains that block natural light all day, rooms that are too quiet, or spaces that lack movement. In homes where people do not cook often, never open the windows, or arrange furniture too rigidly, the result is an overly still environment with no vitality. When silence becomes excessive, energy slows down and fortune slows down with it. The location of the house also plays a role. If your home is near abandoned lots, construction zones that have been left unfinished, or places associated with loss or trauma, the surrounding energy can carry a low, heavy vibration. This is not superstition, it is about energy sensitivity, something our bodies naturally perceive more than we realize. So how do you bring energy back to a stagnant home? Start by opening up, literally and spiritually. Open windows, open doors, and let light pour into every corner. Let fresh air reach places that have long been untouched. Then introduce signs of life, cook a meal, play soft music, let human voices and emotions return to the space. Use lighting, especially during energetic transitions like early morning and dusk. A well-lit home uplifts the spirit, improves energy flow, and makes the space feel brighter. Add subtle sounds like wind chimes near the entrance, calming music in the evenings, or a daily morning affirmation. These gentle vibrations help break the ice in a stuck energy field. You can also use high-energy objects. Place a gourd in hidden corners, use amethyst to calm the mind, or place a small Feng Shui statue where it can support positive energy. But remember, these objects are tools. The real energy comes from life, warmth, and the people who bring it into the home. Number 7. Inauspicious Feng Shui paintings. Wall art is more than decoration in Feng Shui. Paintings are symbols that attract or amplify certain types of energy. Each piece of art carries its own frequency, and if the subject, placement, or position is wrong, it can do more harm than good by releasing chaotic or negative energy into the home. One of the biggest mistakes is hanging paintings with violent or overly intense imagery, such as fierce animals, gloomy scenes, or abstract art that feels confusing. While such pieces may be artistically striking, they often emit high levels of yin energy. Paintings of animals like tigers, dragons, wolves, or galloping horses must be chosen carefully and placed in alignment with the right energy directions. If not, they can increase tension, spark conflict among family members, or bring instability to careers and mental well-being. The color of the painting is also important. Artworks dominated by black, gray, or other dark tones can weigh down the room's energy. Too much of this energy will strengthen the yin presence in the house and weaken yang energy, which in turn brings down the family's fortune. These kinds of paintings should not be placed in main living areas, and especially not near windows or entryways where sunlight should be welcomed. However, when chosen and placed properly, Feng Shui paintings can be powerful tools to improve destiny. Art that embodies gentle, auspicious energy, such as paintings of koi fish, plum, or peach blossoms, bamboo forests, or the traditional three yangs bring prosperity, are excellent choices for the living room. These images symbolize prosperity, peace, long life, and strong family unity. Special care must be taken with paintings that feature deities or sacred icons. These must never be placed in hallways, near bathrooms, or in high-traffic areas. Such locations lack the dignity needed for spiritual objects and may disrupt their energy. Instead, these paintings should be displayed in a dedicated prayer room that is quiet and respectful. The best place to hang paintings is on the wall behind the sofa in the living room. This creates a stable energy base and supports good feng shui alignment. Avoid placing art too high, which causes strain, or too low, which weakens energy. Eye-level placement is ideal, helping the artwork balance and harmonize the room's energy. If you hang multiple paintings, space them evenly, about 3 to 5 centimeters apart. Do not let them overlap or crowd together, as this creates visual clutter and disrupts the room's energy flow. Even something as simple as the height of your artwork can affect your state of mind. If it is too high, it can feel overbearing; too low, and it may create a sense of emptiness or pressure. These small imbalances shift the energy axis of the home, and over time they can disturb your mental clarity, luck, and even physical health. So why do these things happen in the first place? Let us take a deeper look through the lens of energy science, a perspective where science and spirituality do not contradict each other, but instead beautifully complement one another. From the outside, a house may seem like nothing more than a structure made of bricks and concrete, but in truth, it is a living energy field. Every home has its own breath, because the energy within it does not stand still. It is always moving, circulating, colliding, spreading out and eventually returning to affect the people who live there. In Feng Shui, energy referred to as qi is essentially the movement of environmental forces. It is the continuous interaction of temperature, humidity, wind, light, and natural magnetic fields. If a house is positioned in a way that allows strong winds to blow straight through without any obstruction, or if the internal space is not designed to distribute energy evenly, then all the positive energy will be swept away before it has a chance to settle. This is called energy leakage. It is similar to leaving a window wide open without controlling the airflow. Energy rushes in too fast and too hard, cannot stay, and along with it luck, stability and warmth also leave and do not return. The kitchen, from both an energetic and spiritual standpoint, is the central power station of a home. It generates heat, high-frequency vibrations, which require balance and protection from clashing elements. If the kitchen is placed near opposing forces like water, a sink, toilet or underground pipes, or in the path of intense movement like a hallway or a front door pointing directly into it, this fiery energy is destabilized. When heat energy cannot remain concentrated, it backfires and disrupts the entire energy field of the house. Over time, this leads to fatigue, digestive issues, problems with blood pressure, or a constant sense of unease and irritability without clear cause. The human body is highly sensitive to changes in its environment. Every small misalignment in a home's layout, whether it is the direction of the wind, the angle of sunlight, the kitchen's location, or how energy flows, acts like a short circuit, slowly affecting the nervous system, emotions, and biological rhythms. This is the real reason why some people feel uncomfortable or even unhappy in their own homes, even though nothing looks obviously wrong. When properly understood, Feng Shui is not some vague belief. It is the art of applying natural laws in a subtle and intelligent way. A good house direction, a correctly placed kitchen, and balanced energy flow, all of these create a foundation for a space that can nurture health, sharpen the mind, and support long-lasting peace and prosperity for the entire family. After everything we have explored, you might now realize a house is not just a place to live. It is where energy gathers, the heart finds peace, and destiny opens up. Every element in your living space, from the direction of the home, the kitchen placement, the color of the walls, the arrangement of plants and paintings, down to the light and the sounds, all of these are constantly interacting with your family's fate. Feng Shui is not magic, nor is it superstition. It is the deep understanding of how energy flows. It is the art of living in harmony with nature. It is the way our ancestors quietly shaped their lives through the spaces they lived in. Once you understand it, you will realize the wisdom passed down through generations has never been wrong. And when you apply it correctly, your life begins to change in the most natural way, gently, effortlessly, and with lasting impact. If your home still gives you a subtle feeling that something is not quite right, do not ignore that instinct. Take time to reflect, make small adjustments, cleanse the energy, bring in more light, rework the layout, and bring life back to the place that should be your sanctuary. And if you feel that the Feng Shui insights shared in this video have been helpful, please share them with someone you love. Sometimes just one small change in their home can bring greater harmony and luck into their life. Before we wrap up, leave a comment below with a positive affirmation like, "I choose to live in harmony with positive energy," or "My home is a place of abundant blessings." Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss practical Feng Shui tips for living mindfully, deeply, and fully inside and out. We are the creators of our own destiny, and that journey begins in the very space we wake up in every day.